wanting Laura Kelly to understand that not all Kansans agree with what she has to say about closing businesses down and not opening Kansas up on her terms instead of how it should be.
Children don't get this disease very often. Schools should be going back. People should go back to work in their schools. The students should go back. It's stupid to keep people out of schools. They're missing out on an education.
Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 70.
So y'all got to get together and actually train in as well.
Yeah, we got a few. Like he said, it's not the virus or our healthcare workers that we have an issue with. It's the steps that have been taken.
Okay.
Quarantining people and not quarantining, but the stay-at-home orders. Forcing people who are non-essential to stay home. We're harming those people.
Okay.
We're harming the small businesses that have been deemed non-essential. We've already lost, I believe the last number that I saw is about 20% of small businesses around the nation. Each week that goes by, we lose more. These people are ones who have dumped life savings into these businesses. That's how they generate their revenue to take care of their families and do what they have to do. By saying, well, you're not essential, we don't need you, we just basically gave them the big middle finger. And now they're struggling and they're losing everything. That's not right.
So you guys are calling for the state to kind of open back up?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
before we lose anybody else.
Okay.
Here's my thing on that. Like a software program, when somebody develops a software program, a new one, they do not develop it without a back door because they're not going to get locked out of their own software.
Okay.
All right? They don't. This is it's a man-made disease. This virus is man-made, and they're not going to come out with this man-made virus without a cure. So they're just prolonging this one-year vaccine outcome coming out just so they can make people suffer and go along with the flow.
We just can't wait that long. We cannot turn our economy off. We cannot give up our civil liberties. I mean, when you tell people that, you can't meet in groups of larger than 10 and you can't go to church on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, that's the first time in the history of our nation, Revolutionary War, Civil War, civil rights, unrest, first time in the history of the nation we've not gone to church on Easter Sunday. That's a pretty big deal. So we need to say, okay, we want our civil liberties back. We want our economy back. We want to go back to the way it was about 6 weeks ago. The data is out there. Who's giving me the data? Where am I getting the source of data? And I think the CDC has got some really good sources. I think the Kansas Health Department. But you've got to go and look at the data and put on your critical thinking hat and say, what is really going on here? And are we now, 6 weeks into this, are we really gonna give up our economy and our liberties?
Then someone with a 40 grip, rockin' and we gon' roll from the floor to the top. No, stop until it's sunny. Pass the Dasani bottle, fill it with the cardio, fill 'em with the cardio, up like a bald eagle.